Hey, how's it going, everybody? In this video, we're going to cover how to do the joke assignment in Scratch. Try to help you guys out. So let's go over the requirements real fast. So requirement 1, the visuals should match the context of the joke. Meaning if it is a joke, if it is the chicken crossing the road joke, there should be a chicken and a road so that it gives context to what the joke is actually about. Wouldn't make any sense if it was like a screwdriver and a computer. That wouldn't give you any context on the chicken and the road joke. Number 2, use of music or sound. I'll show you how to add music and sound. 3, sprites should change in some way, that is including moving, changing size, or changing their color. At least 1 background change. At least 1 if statement or loop. So these are going to work very similarly to the programming assignments that we've been using if statements and loops for the last few months. Each sprite should have no more than 1 green flag event. That's just good practice, and it'll give you a good habit for when we start in Unity later in this year. Broadcast and receive at least 1 message. This is a better way to communicate between sprites than using wait. I'll show you how to do that. It'll make your life a lot easier. So on these assignments, I've listed some examples from students that did this last year. So let's take a look at some of these. I think this one, yeah, this one's great, so that's pretty funny. Instagram, instant grandma. Your jokes don't have to be killer. Just more concerned with you getting this done. So that was cool. Let's click this button, see inside, to see how they did it. And on all the examples, you can click that and see exactly what they did. So this might give you a better look on how to do maybe something for your game. So this one starts on the backdrop, and this might look like a lot right now. We'll go through all of this in the one that we cover in this video. So this whole thing starts here. So when you click this little green flag, it's going to stop all the sounds. It's going to broadcast a message, reset scenes. It's going to switch the backdrop to the bench with the view, and then start this sound. So when I click this flag, I'm going to click it and then hit the stop sign. Click it. Okay, so it stopped all the sounds. It broadcast this message. It switched our backdrop to the bench with the view, and then it started playing that music. So when it broadcasts this message, reset scenes, person 1 is going to get it here. So when I receive reset scenes, it's going to set his size to 100%. He's going to show up on the screen. He's going to go to his starting position, which is somewhere over here. He's going to switch his costume to start. So these are like kind of for animations. If we go to his costumes, he has a few. So start, talking. This one actually has a lot for like moving his mouth. You don't have to get that crazy into it. This person like made their own sprite. Did a really good job with it, going the extra mile. So he switches costume to start, waits a second, and then starts gliding to the middle of the bench. So we play, wait a second, he's going to glide over here. Then he's going to broadcast talk start, and which is going to be this over here, talk start. So he just says, just bought an Instagram, and then he's going to start broadcasting a lot of messages, and those are going to, talk animation in person 1 is going to be over here. So that's going to, he's using a loop to change his his mouth movement so that it looks like he's actually talking. If you hit play, watch the mouth. Good stuff. Waits 4 seconds, and then he glides off the screen, hides, and then it goes to the next backdrop. So that's this first example. Let's go back and take a look at the second one. This one doesn't have nearly as many animations. Okay, perfect example. Let's see inside how they did this one. So this one is much simpler than the first one. It only has this first backdrop, so it changes the backdrop to Underwater 3. It's going to start broadcasting the bubble sound. So when broadcast bubbles, it's going to do this. It's going to loop this forever, so it's going to play the bubble sound, wait 3 seconds, play it again, wait 3 seconds, play it again. So we're setting this guy, the scuba diver, to go to his starting location, which is up over here. He's going to point in direction of -90, which is just to the left. Glide 3.5 seconds over to the left, hide, and he's going to go right, show up, broadcast, background 1. Just going to change the background. He's going to glide over to the shark, and they're going to start talking. Cool. So let's make one for our own. And I've got a fresh Scratch project here. So you would log into Scratch, hit create. Okay, this is what every new Scratch project looks like. I'm going to get rid of this guy because I'm... Oh. Okay. I'm going to get rid of this guy because I don't want the cat. I'm going to do the chicken crossing the road. So if I wanted to get a new sprite, I can click this button here, and it's going to open up all of these new sprites. So I'm going to go find a chicken. There we go. Yeah, that'll work. Cool. So as you saw just for a second, I'm going to go back. When I hovered over it, you can see it has like some animations and stuff, and this guy does too. That thing does too. So does the little chick. Hit back. So to access those different animations, we can go to costumes, and it has these 3 or these 4 different pictures that the chicken can be, and put together it kind of makes a little bit of an animation. So I have my chicken, and let's go find a backdrop. I'm gonna look for a road. Let's find a better road. That looks good. Okay, we'll do this one. Sure, and we'll go, well, he can go here. Maybe. So my chicken is huge. This is a monster chicken. So I'm gonna change his size right here. I'm gonna click my hen size. I'm gonna change it to like maybe 10? No, maybe 30. Maybe 60. That's fine. It can still be a really big chicken, but you can see it. So what I really want him to do is come over here, and someone will say, why did the chicken want to cross the road? To get to the other side. whatever the joke is. And then he'll go over here. So I want him to start here, walk over here, say something, and then go over here. So let's do on the left. So this is going to be all of our code blocks. Okay, and there's a bunch of them. So don't get overwhelmed. You can just read them. If you want to know how to do something, just go through it. There's almost guarantee one of these blocks will do what you want to do. And what I want is something that will kind of start my game. So I'm looking for the one that when I hit this flag, it's going to do something, which is right here. So when the flag is clicked, I want it to go here. So when I start the game, I want the chicken to show up right here. So when I watch this node right here, go to X and Y. As I move this around, it's going to change to wherever I want, or wherever my chicken is. So I want him to start here. So instead of having to like type in something here, if I just put the chicken where I want it, I'm going to grab this out and throw that there. So now when my chicken's over here later and I want to test it again, I can just hit play and he goes back to the beginning. Perfect. So every time I click the flag, he's going to go back to the beginning. And again, I did that by putting the chicken where I want it to be, and then I grab this node, throw it right there. Now I want it to start walking this way. And there's a few ways we can do that, but I want it to do it over a specific amount of time. So I'm going to do this glide, okay? And it's going to work the same way as the go to X and Y. I'm going to put the chicken where I want it to be, where I want it to go, and then I'll drag the glide out. So now it's going to go where I want it to go. So if I hit play, it's going to glide just like that. I want him to go a little bit slower than that, maybe 2 seconds. Perfect. And let's make him say, so after 2 seconds, he'll say hello. I think we want this one. So say hello for 2 seconds. Hey, why did the chicken cross the road? He'll say that for, now let's make him say for 3 seconds. So we'll hit play. Go over here. Hey, why did the chicken cross the road? To make this a little bit more of a joke, and we need to meet our requirements. So we have visual context, check. Music and sound, we'll get to it. The sprite is changing in some way, okay, he's moving. We need a background change. We need an if statement or a loop, and each sprite should have, okay, that's good. And broadcast and receive at least one message. Okay, we can do that. So, what I think I'm going to do, just to meet these requirements, is have this chicken finish the joke, and then he's going to, I don't know, bizarrely spin out of control up this way and go into space, just to meet the requirements, because I think that'll be easier. Again, I don't care what the jokes are. They don't have to be funny. So, be kind of a weird spin on the chicken in the road thing. So, hey, why did the chicken cross the road? To get to the other, whoa! And then, whatever. So, to do that, we want to do that for 3 seconds, and then we can use our, let's do another say. So in the loops tab, do another say to get to the other, whoa. I don't think that's gonna work. We want just the regular say. To get to the other. Whoa. So that way it'll say that immediately, and then we need a wait. So we'll wait. You know what would be even better? Go back to that. So Luke's, so from say, we'll say to get to the other for 1 second. And then we'll say, whoa. Okay, let's hit play. Hey, why did the chicken cross the road? To get to the other, whoa. Okay, and then when he says whoa, we'll start spinning out. So to spin out, we'll do we need a loop. So I want it to loop. So that's a loop is these repeats. So a repeat 10 times forever. So repeat, we'll loop it 10 times. A forever, we'll do it until you stop the program. And I want to do it maybe like 20 times. And we can turn 15 degrees. Let's see what this looks like. Hey, why did the chicken cross the road? To get to the other, whoa. Okay, so it needs to be way more than that. Like 100 maybe. And we want to let's see if that works. Uh-oh. We'll fix that here in a second. Okay, so as our, whoa, it's going again. So our chicken starts upside down there. We don't really want that. So under when flag is clicked, we want to set his size to 60%, which is what we want it to be at. So that way, every time we hit the flag, it just goes back to default. So size to 60% and direction to be 90. So we need to find direction, which is in point in direction, which is in the motion, to point in direction of 90. So that way, whenever he's like this, because he's spinning out, we'll hit flag and he'll be back to normal. So hey, why did the chicken cross the road? To get to the other, whoa. Perfect, that's more or less what I want. Maybe you can move a little faster. To get to the other, whoa. Okay, excellent. Now we want to broadcast a message. So we'll do this. Drag out, so in events, so you can go over here to like quickly scroll through things. In events, we want to hit broadcast message 1 at the end of our loop. So broadcast message 1. And instead of using message 1, I'm going to click this drop down and hit new message and type in go to space. So now it's going to broadcast the message, go to space, because this chicken is spiraling into the atmosphere. So I'm going to find a space background. So I'm going to hit on this bottom right here, choose backdrop. Let's find a space one. Space. Cool. That one looks good. Yeah, sure. Okay. So now I need to, when I receive go to space, I want it to switch the backdrop to be galaxy. And I want the chicken to be here. Okay, so remember, I'm going to put them where I want them to start, which is right here. I'm going to grab this, go to 230, 168, it's just wherever he is. So that way whenever I hit play, let's just hit play. Ooh. Okay, so now when I hit play, the galaxy is the background. That's bad, I don't want that. I want to start at in the city. So again, when flag is clicked, I want to go to looks, and I want to go to switch backdrop to urban. So now when I hit flag, he'll be back there. Yada yada, chicken in the road. He gets the other, whoa. Alright, now he's down there. Perfect. And I'm not going to change his direction, so that way he keeps the continuity of passing through screens. So I'm going to keep him rotating. So I'm going to take this repeat. I'm going to duplicate it. Throw it there. But I don't want this broadcast because that's going to give me issues. So I want it to repeat another 80 times maybe. Didn't really like where he started. Yeah. Whoa. And then I'm gonna set his you know what? I'm going to change his size. Just because it'll look like he's going off into the distance. And he's not going to say anything else. That's it. That's the joke. So to change their size, you want to go into looks and change size by 10. Okay, so I want it to change his size by -1. Yeah, now it looks like he's like floating off into the distance. Perfect. Okay, let's do a full run through. Hey, why did the chicken cross the road to get to the other? Whoa. Okay. All right, so let's check these requirements. So context of the joke. Okay, got it. Music and sound, we'll do that next. Sprite is changing, we are moving it, and we are changing his size. There's a background change. We have 2 loops. We have 1 green flag event, and we have 1 broadcast and receive message. So now we just need to do music or sound. Yeah, I don't want that. So for sounds, we can go here. So the chicken comes with a bird sound. And that is ear-shattering, and I don't like it. So we can go to choose a sound, and there's so many it'll make your head spin. And I don't know what we want. Okay, I'll probably use that one. Okay, I'll probably use that. That was funny. Okay, I'll probably throw that in when it switches to the galaxy. So, back in code, so I was in sounds. Okay, there's sounds, costumes, and code. I'm back in the code. So this is where I would want to play that music. So let's go to sound on the left and play Drum Funky until done. So if we do until done, it's gonna finish the whole sound before doing this, and I don't want that. So what I want it to do is actually to start the sound. And we might have to do it twice. It's kind of short. Why is that checking across the road? To get to the other. Whoa. Okay, perfect. Okay, so that's it. That's the joke. Super funny. I'm a professional comedian. So the only thing we have is this one sprite. It's a chicken, pretty much talking to himself. We switch our. So every time we click the play button, we're setting everything back to default. Okay, so we're switching the background to urban. We're setting his size to 60%. We're pointing in the direction of 90, which is to the right. We are going to the beginning spot. We're going to start moving in 2 seconds. When we get there, we're going to say the first thing, wait 3 seconds, say the second thing, wait 1 second, and then blast off into space 100 times, turning to the right, changing X and Y by 2, so that just makes them move a little bit every repeat. And then we're going to broadcast the go to space. And when we receive that, we're going to change the backdrop to the galaxy, go to the starting position, start the drum funky sound, and then repeat 80 times the same thing. Just keep spiraling out into the galaxy, and we're changing our size by -1 every repeat. Okay, so that's the first one. I'll play it again because I think it's kind of funny. I really like that sound. The sounds really bring it to life. Okay. There's tons of sounds. Figure out your own stuff. Okay, cool. So that's the joke.